Now, it's no secret that during December, everyone is going to buy evergreen designs because they usually work really well as gifts. But that doesn't mean that there's no other things to be designing for the month of December, because there is still some other dates and events that are happening. So if you don't just want to solely focus on evergreen niches, here are some more ideas of what to design and get prepared for to increase your sales during the month of December. The first niche I've got to share with you today is Kwanzaa. I think that's how you pronounce it, sorry if it's wrong. But basically this is happening from the 26th of December to the 1st of January, and it is a celebration of African American culture. That's definitely reflected in the types of designs we're seeing. Lots of green, yellow, red sort of color schemes, and also these candle graphics, definitely very popular. Sort of one pattern that I noticed. We also get a lot of shape clouds in this niche. So we've got a silhouette of Africa here, then we've got woman's hair filled with different words. If you want to learn how to make this sort of shape cloud very quickly, because if you were to do it manually, it'd probably take you like a whole day, at least if you wanted it to look nice. But if you want to learn how to do this quickly, I do actually have a really old video, an old tutorial of mine, where I show you a tool that speeds up that process for you on Creative Fabrica. But yeah, so overall, just do a bit of research into this niche, into African American culture, and I'm sure you'll find some ideas of what to maybe put on a design, as well as some words and graphics to go along with that. And whilst at the moment, we're not seeing very many good BSRs in this niche, I do think once the time comes around, there's definitely some potential, because obviously there's a lot of African Americans and a lot of them are very passionate about their culture, like most people are. You can also cross niche it quite well with Christmas, as we can see, because it's happening around the same sort of time. So definitely a lot of possibility here. Do be creative, do try and fit into this sort of color scheme, and you've got yourself sort of a bit of a separate trend that's happening at the same time as Christmas. Niche number 2 I've got for you is World AIDS Day, and that's happening on the 1st of December. And like with all of the awareness topics, there is a very prominent color scheme. This time it is red, so we see lots of red ribbons, red graphics, and a combination of white and red text. However, what I did not see when looking through this niche on PODCS is red t-shirts. So if you only select the red color and leave the black one and all the other ones out, then you're going to get a red thumbnail, which might help you stand out in this niche. But then I wouldn't really recommend using red graphics as well, because they'd be hard to see on a red t-shirt. So with this niche, don't get confused. When you just type in AIDS, you also get some designs showing up to do with hearing aids, which obviously has nothing to do with World AIDS Day. And another tip I wanted to give you is, let's say you're struggling to get ideas for this niche of what to design. What you could do is take a look at other awareness topics. For example, Breast Cancer Awareness Month was just really popular, lots of designs selling. Just see which ones did the best in that niche and look for ideas or opportunities of how to do that for this awareness topic as well. So yeah, just look at what works in similar niches and apply it to your own. Niche number 3 I've got for you is darts, and the reason I'm recommending darts specifically is because this year it is the World Darts Championship from the 14th of December up to the 3rd of January. So we've got just over 2 weeks, nearly 3 weeks of lots of people being interested in darts, or more interested than normal, because it's the World Championship. That's really good, because darts is also an evergreen niche that sells all year round, meaning it will see more sales during December anyway as gifts, but the championship will even like raise the bar a bit higher there in terms of potential. Now, one thing that I quickly noticed is that we've got this design right here saying Darth Vader. It's got the Star Wars sort of font theme, and it's definitely something that I would not recommend doing. You might see some of these designs or design styles selling really well, but it's also a very dangerous tactic, because Amazon is very prone to removing those designs and then terminating the accounts associated with them. If you're ripping off a big brand like Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, then it's definitely a big reason to have your account terminated. So don't do that, don't copy that design. And while I'll just look at the detail page right here of the bestseller in the darts niche at the moment, so you can get an idea of the keywords and listing, Basically, one more tip I wanted to give you is that whilst we're looking at the American marketplace in these videos, definitely also consider selling some shirts in the UK, because darts is really popular here. Lots of people like to play it in the pubs in England, so darts, definitely don't ignore the European marketplaces. There's definitely some potential there as well. And what I like about the UK marketplace as well, just looking at this example here, so this shirt is listed at $16.99, and it's just about making a $3 royalty. Whereas in the UK marketplace, if you sold a shirt at £16.99 British pounds, then you would be making, I think it's £3.56 or something, which equates to about $4. If you sell at the same prices, your royalties in a sense is going to be a bit higher, which is always nice, and just another reason not to ignore the British market or the European markets for that matter. Moving on from that, we've got Hanukkah, and Hanukkah, for anyone who doesn't know, is a Jewish celebration, a Jewish festival, and it's happening from the 18th of December until the 26th of December. Hanukkah is also known as Festival of Lights, and you do see a lot of chandeliers in these designs. Now, not all of them are specifically designed for Hanukkah. They're sort of more aimed generally at Jewish people, I believe, but it definitely helps including Hanukkah in your listing if you do have designs that are aimed at Jews. What we can see here working really well is combining different other popular topics such as llamas, unicorns, dinosaurs with the Hanukkah or Jewish theme. I quite like how this one says Jew-nicorn, so do try and think of ways how you can mix different words of animals with a Jew or Hanukkah, like this one says Happy Lamaka. Definitely some ways to be creative there. Dog cross-niching right here, we've got cat cross-niching Happy Hanukkah. The possibilities are endless. We see lots of gnome graphics, and the overall color scheme, if you couldn't tell, is blue and yellow. So do have a further look into this niche. Definitely a fun niche. Seems like the designs look really cool, and there's definitely a lot of potential and a lot of time still to enter this niche with new designs, because it's still over a month and a half away. Niche number 5 is Ugly Sweater, and that's because it is National Ugly Sweater Day on December the 17th, and we know that these are really popular for Christmas anyway, so having a national holiday for it even adds like an extra amount of interest. These are definitely really fun designs. You can kind of make one template, say with these sort of graphics at the top and these at the bottom, where you can then just exchange the wording and the graphics in the middle, and that way enter lots of different niches more quickly. So yes, the design initially might be a bit harder to create, but there's tons and tons of templates on places like Creative Fabrica and Vexel, so you could just use one of them and exchange the middle part or the words. If you are struggling for ideas, rather than just looking through this niche and copying what works for other people, you could also just look back at your own niches that you're selling really well in, and maybe one of those niches that's doing well for you is actually not really present within this ugly sweater niche, and then you could do an interesting cross niche and see if it works. That's the sort of thought pattern that I would use. Copy what's been working for you and apply it to new trends and niches that are coming up in the future. So definitely an interesting one. Be careful if you use any Biden graphics and say Happy 4th of July, that sort of stuff, because from experience they do get removed a lot. Amazon doesn't like to see them, so definitely be careful. Trump as well is always a bit Merry Liftmas. That's definitely a funny idea. So if I could tell you anything for this niche, definitely try and think of funny ways to approach it. Don't make a very serious design of an ugly Christmas sweater that just says Merry Christmas, because it's boring, right? Most people would much rather have something funny that the people who see it when they wear it would laugh at. So definitely one thing to consider is make these funny if you do want to enter this niche or this type of design style. December 9th this year is National Llama Day, and that's definitely a good opportunity to sell some more shirts that are llama related. Just by the way, llama is spelled with 2 L's. For anyone who's not English, that might be a very strange word. So that's how most people would spell it, I'd say. But you can also probably find a lot of people that just type in llama with 1 L. And if we do that, yes, there's still results. So definitely include both spellings in your listing, I would say, because it's such a weird word and people would just spell it differently. So looking at this niche, you do see a lot of really cute graphics There's some vintage sunsets right here that look really nice. And one very popular phrase in the niche is no problema. And as you can see, you could cross that with lots of different topics. We've got math is no problema here. We've also got the word drama, which rhymes with llama. So definitely opportunities there. Mame llama is a common phrase that I've seen and designed myself for the llama niche. Just another tip I just remembered as well. Alpacas are very similar to llamas. So once again, that's a good keyword to use in this niche because a lot of people who like llamas probably like alpacas and vice versa. So definitely worth including that within your listing if it's not trademarked for some reason. So do check out this niche. It's going to be popular for Christmas in general. And then this National Llama Day will help create some more demand as well. Niche number 7 is New Year's Eve, and this is definitely an interesting niche to consider because, as many of you will probably already know, after Christmas, once Christmas is over, your sales are going to drop to an all-time low. It's really a time of people not wanting to spend any money and just definitely not needing t-shirts. So New Year's Eve is good in the sense that it's happening about a week after Christmas and there will be some people who will want to buy shirts for it. So it might help you increase your sales a little bit and, well, withstand that massive drop a little bit better. And if we look at this niche, there is tons of designs that just say Happy New Year, which I would not recommend trying because it'd be way too saturated. You'd probably struggle to get sales that way. At least say Happy New Year 2023 and include that in your listing if you do want to design something for this niche. What I would recommend instead is let's look at this bestseller, or one of the bestsellers, for example, that says Pop-in bottles for the new year. And at first glance, you might think pop-in bottles, that definitely means something to do with alcohol because most people drink on New Year's Eve. But this is actually a baby bottle. So I think the idea of this design is that it's perfect for new parents. So someone who's just become a father, just become a mother, they're going to wear this shirt because they've now got a new baby that they've got to pop bottles for on New Year's Eve, and that's definitely a really cool sub-niche idea. You could maybe also make a shirt that says Happy New Year 2023, new dad loading or new mum loading, because we've seen those shirts doing well in terms of the upcoming parent niche, but you could cross-niche it with that sort of topic. If someone's just found out that they're pregnant, they might want to wear that to sort of celebrate two topics in one go. You could maybe look down the line of matching family outfits if that is a thing. Maybe there's some possibilities there. Families meet up for New Year's Eve, then they might want to wear something matching. We've also got quite a few designs that say Year of the Tiger, but that's for 2022, and I believe that has to do with the Chinese New Year actually, which is a little bit later. I think it's in January. The next year, meaning 2023, is going to be the Year of the Rabbit, so that's what you're going to want to design for if you want to sort of enter that sub-niche of the Chinese New Year. So yeah, definitely some opportunities here. Try and be creative, find some unique sub-niches that might get you some sales once Christmas is over. And I hope if you enter this niche, it's going to help you out a little bit, fighting that depression of really low sales after the Christmas rush. And a bonus niche, and this is just a bonus because everyone already knows this is really popular, but Christmas obviously going to see a lot of sales, and what I'd recommend here, once again, rather than just copying the best sellers, look at designs that have sold for you in the past and think of ideas of how to cross niche them with Christmas, such as adding Christmas hats, adding Christmas trees, or these sort of patterns right here, which are definitely really popular in the Christmas time. And I know Christmas overall is really saturated, but that's why you have to try and find good sub niches and cross-niching opportunities. One thing that I did also notice, which I wanted to point out, is there's a few designs that say, for example, the sassy gnome, and there was something to do with the sassy, where is it? The sassy reindeer? I can't find it now. There it is. And basically, a few weeks ago, we saw a lot of shirts being removed with the I am the sassy elf niche, because that seems to have been getting trademarked or something, whatever. But I'm pretty sure you can still use I'm the sassy reindeer if there's no trademark words in that, or the sassy gnome, and then use that as a scalable design like this person's done right here. It says the gamer gnome, right? So definitely a cool idea and something that I'm going to look into, because I really like selling those sort of Christmas themed scalable designs because they're easy to create and they usually already start selling in like October. I sometimes see sales related to those those sort of family matching outfits, right? They're meant to be for the whole family, where everyone has a different phrase to do with gnome or to do with the reindeer. And that way you can also get quite a lot of sales in one order sometimes, which is obviously nice. But definitely make sure, if you do want to use those scalable ones, to include keywords such as matching family outfit, or what else could you put? Matching couples Christmas outfit, things like that. Christmas, lots of evergreen designs will sell, but also cross-niching with the popular Christmas graphics and themes will get you some extra sales, not just on Merch.Amazon, but on all other platforms as well. If you want to increase your sales during the month of December, evergreen niches are definitely very key because they see a massive spike in demand. So if you want to get yourself prepared and get as many sales as possible, I'd highly recommend checking out this video next, where I share 101 profitable evergreen niches with you, as well as tips of how to enter them.